Hi Year 2. So in maths this week we have been learning about money. So what we're going to do today is we're going to focus on paying and giving change. So this is some of the key vocabulary that I will be using in today's lesson. So we've got the word pence, pounds, coins, notes, change and pay. So first of all, we're just going to start off by thinking about what change actually is. So when I go into the shop to buy something, I need to make sure that I've got enough money. But when I'm paying for an item in the shop, I don't need to have exactly that amount of money. So for example, if I was to buy this cake, which is £1.50, I wouldn't have to pay exactly £1.50. What I can do is I can pay more than this. So for example, if I had a £5 note and I was paying for this cake with a £5 note, I would then need to make sure that I got the extra amount back that I had paid, and that is the change. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to talk you through how to work out how much change is needed. So we can do this in two different ways. So the first way is we can subtract the price from the amount being paid. So for example, if my item cost £3.50 and I paid with a £5 note, I could then do £5 take away £3.50 to find my answer. The method we're going to focus on today is where we're going to count up from the price that I've paid for the item and we're counting up to the amount that I actually paid with. So for example, I bought this book that was £3.50 and I've paid with a £5 note. So I need to count up from £3.50 to £5, and I'm going to show you how to do that now using a number line. So at the start of my number line, I'm going to put £3.50 because that is how much the item cost. I'm then going to work out how much it'll be to get to the nearest pound. So the nearest pound that I need to get to is £4. So I'm going to work out on my number line how much it will take to get from £3.50 to £4. And as we know, that'll be 50p. So I've done my first jump on my number line where I'm adding 50p. I then need to get from £4 to £5. So on my number line, I can do a jump of £1 to get from £4 to £5. And then finally, what I need to do is I need to add the two amounts together that I've done on my number line. So I'm going to do £1, add 50p, which equals £1.50, which shows how much change I would get if I bought the book for £3.50 and paid with a £5 note. So I'm now going to show you another example, but this time I'm going to start with the amount 54p. So the question is, Sam buys a toy car which is 54p and he pays for that car using coins that total to 70p. So I need to work out how much change Sam will get. So once again, just like we did in the last example, I'm going to start off with 54p at the start of my number line. So now I need to count up to the nearest 10. So the nearest 10 will be 60p. So I'm going to put that on my number line, and then I need to show how much I needed to add to 54p to get to 60p. And I needed to add 6p. So I've done that first jump on my number line, but I'm not quite at the amount I paid because I'm at 60p, but I need to get to 70p. So I'm going to do my next jump on my number line, and to get from 60p to 70p, I will do a jump adding 10p. I then need to add these two amounts together to find how much change Sam will get. So I do 10p, add 6p, and I know now that Sam will get 16p change. So the next question we've got here says Tom buys an apple which is 25p. He pays using a 50p coin. How much change will Tom get? So I would like us to work through this example together. So if you could get a piece of paper and a pencil, And I'd like you just to draw a line like I've got on the screen. Then at the start of that number line, we need to write how much the item cost. So we know that Tom bought the apple, which was 25p. So at the start of my number line, I'm going to put 25p. If you could now do that on your number line, please. So the next step to working out how much change is needed is to work out how much it'll take to get to the nearest 10. So I'm counting up to the nearest 10. And the nearest 10 to 25p is 30p. So I'll just write that underneath my number line. If you can now do that as well, please. So I'm going to work out how much it's taken to get from 25p to 30p. So I do my jump on my number line and I've added 5p. So if you can do that as well, please. The next step is to work out how much it will take to get from 30p to 50p, because 50p is the amount that Tom paid when he bought the apple. So working out how much change he's getting. So I'm already at 30p and I need to get from 30p to 50p. So I'm going to do another jump on my number line, and this time from 30p to 50p, it's going to take 20p. So if you can do that on your number line as well, please. And then the final step is to add these two numbers together. So we need to add 20p and 5p to find out how much change Tom will get. If you can do that, please, and write down your answer, and then I will show you the answer I've got on the screen. So what you should have done there is you should have added the 20p and the 5p together, and you should have got your answer, which was 25p. So Tom got 25p change when he paid for the apple using a 50p coin. So next what we're going to do is, on the screen there are some questions. And what you're going to do in a minute is you're going to work out the answer to each of these questions using the method that I've shown you today, so using that number line. So I'm going to read the questions out to you now, then I'd like you to pause the video and use the number line to work out the answers, so how much change you'll be getting for each item. So the banana cost 90p and you are paying using a £1 coin. So I'd like you to work out how much change you would get. Then we've got the carrots that are 70p and you're paying using a £2 coin. And the chocolate, which is £2.50, and you are paying using a £5 note. So if you could pause the video now, please, and work out the answer to those three questions, and then I'm going to show you the answers. So here are the answers to those questions. So the banana, which was 90p, you should have got 10p change. The carrots, which was 70p, you should have got £1.30 change. And the chocolate, which was £2.50, you should have got £2.50 change. Then finally, here are your last three questions. So you're going to use exactly the same method that we've been using in our lesson today. So you're going to use the number line and you're going to be counting up to the nearest 10, and then from the nearest 10 up to the amount that you paid with. So these are the three questions. So you've got the paints, which are 72p, and you are paying using 90p. We've got the lolly, which is 53p, and you're paying using 70p. And the teddy bear, which is 66p, and you are paying using £1. So I'd like you to pause the video now, please, and work out the answer to these three questions. So here are the answers to these three questions. So for the paints, which was 72p, you should have got 18p change. The lolly, which was 53p, you should have got 17p change. And the teddy bear, which was 66p, you should have got 34p change. I hope that you've all got on okay with that activity today. If you do have any questions or need to speak to us at all, please feel free to email us. We hope you're all okay and we're looking forward to seeing you very soon. Bye!